have joined us on this broadcast as well and discuss what can be the path forward for this. Mr. Vishal Pathak, he is the Senior Coordinator, All India Disaster Mitigation Institute. He is joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Vineet Gehlot, he is a geoscientist and the Director of Wadia Institute, Himalayan Geology. And also joining us on the broadcast is Major General J.K. Bansal, who is a defence expert. Dr. Bhuvan Kumar, disaster management expert, is also joining us on this particular broadcast to help us understand what actually has happened. So let's start off with Mr. Gehlot. Mr. Gehlot, I want to understand from you, there are triggers that initial reports are talking about an avalanche, they're talking about a glacial outburst. I want to understand from your perspective what that means and how devastating these flash floods can actually be for these regions in the valley that we have just highlighted. All right, unfortunately, we seem to have lost the connection over there with Mr. Gehlot, but let me take that question across to Mr. Vishal Pathak, who's also with us on this broadcast. Mr. Pathak, if you can hear us.
Thank you. Yes, big tragedy, very sudden, and our condolence for the family and affected people. On the other side, very important, aspect at this stage that we should find out. One is Nepal is facing severe flooding with landslide cutting off access to several districts. From a disaster risk management point of view, what should be the immediate priority? Rescue, relief, logistic, or preventing secondary disaster like epidemic and further landslide? So these are important at this stage questions to find out. One another point in terms of long term, and especially in the case of this cross-border question, is most of Nepal's flood water flow into Bihar and Uttar Pradesh in India. How can India and Nepal improve joint early warning system and river basin management to reduce the recurring flood impact on both sides of the border? So these two broader question at this stage very much important to know. We must understand that a flood can cross border in a minute. So our warning information must be able to cross the border even faster. So that important area for us. One another point is that we should not treat this only as a flood. You mentioned in the background and in the context that in the Himalayas, glacier instability, avalanches, landslide, temporary river blockages and floods can become even cascading disaster. So we have to watch this. This is not, one disaster, but multiple at a time. So our monitoring and reporting mechanism must be very advanced. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Stay on with us. Let me also get in a word from Major General Bansal. Major General Bansal, we want to understand from you. You obviously may have been part of these high altitude rescue and relief operations during your tenure. I want to understand what are the primary challenges that the rescue operation personnel might be facing, because we were getting reports that army helicopters that have been deployed by the Nepalese army over there, they were finding it difficult to land because there is absolutely no ground there where they could find and then conduct these operations. So I want to understand your perspective on this, how difficult it is to conduct relief and rescue operations here in such scenarios, sir.
Thank you very much. Actually, this is a very good question you have asked, because this kind of a problem we faced during 2013 when there was a flood in Uttarakhand. And you have very rightly said that there is no place to land up in these conditions. The winching, that is the one of the possibility, in the sense that if you have to do two kinds of things. One is the rescue. In the rescue operation, this experts, they just lower down the helicopter, and it is being lowered down by a rope, and in that the rescue operation winching, then that it pulls up, and that is how the rescue work is done if there is no place for. And at the same time, there should be close by base where the rescue camp is there. So this is one thing. And secondly, that yes, the people who are stranded and they are at a safer place, high ground, then they need to be provided with all kind of facilities, food material, the tents and water, etc. Hygiene system, as has been told that after some time there will be the danger and risk of of any kind of epidemic also. So in the hilly area, it is really challenging to do the rescue work which we have faced during 2013 flood, which was there in Uttarakhand. So yes, but India has been trained, and we have the National Disaster Response Force, and we have got our Air Force, which can do combinedly to do this kind of operation, and India can play an important role and can help Nepal to come out from this crisis, which India will be definitely doing and be sending the rescue material. So definitely it is a very, very challenging, but only thing is that in these kind of situations, the early warning is very, very important. As in this particular case, there may be this melting of the avalanches, and I think there was some kind of 4.4 Richter scale earthquake also. So this early warning and to see all those things is very, very important. And of course, this environmental this factors are important. All these things are to be kept in mind, but very robust system is required to do rescue work in such a situation. Back to you, sir.
Absolutely, Major General. I'd request you to stay on with us. Let me also get in a word from Dr. Kumar. Dr. Kumar, you're a disaster management expert, and we want to understand right now the focus is on rescue, relief and aid management in that area. And India has obviously sent in and asked Nepal that if they do need any help, we are on standby. We can provide all the aid, all the rescue efforts that are needed, because these floods seem to be very devastating, sir. The magnitude of the disaster is yet to be ascertained.
Yes, yes. मैं अपनी बात अपने हिंदी में रखना चाहूँगा।
जी सर।
हाँ, तो ये बेसिकली जो है हमारे एनडीआरएफ टीम वहाँ बिल्कुल एक्सपर्ट है, और वो हर सिचुएशन को बड़े ही प्यार से और बड़े ही अच्छे से वो टैकल कर सकते हैं। क्योंकि आपको मैं याद दिलाना चाहूँगा कि टर्की में सीरीज ऑफ अर्थक्वेक हुए थे, तो और उस एडवर्स सिचुएशन में हमारी एनडीआरएफ टीम ने, भारत की एनडीआरएफ टीम ने सराहनीय काम किए हैं, और ये नेपाल में भी अच्छा ये काम करके दिखाएंगे। जहां भी लोग फंसे हुए हैं वो इनके पास सारे सिस्टम्स है, और ये सारे सिस्टम्स में किसी भी तरह की कोई कमी नहीं है। ये सारा चीज मैनेज हो जाएगा। लेकिन मैं यहाँ पर थोड़ी सी कड़वी बात मैं प्रशासन पर थोड़ा सा मैं बोलना चाहूँगा, क्योंकि ये पता है कि ये मॉनसून पीरियड हमारे यहाँ 15 जुलाई से 15 जून इस पीरियड में यहाँ रहता है। तो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इस पर सजग क्यों नहीं रहती है, जबकि इंस्ट्रक्शंस होते हैं कि प्री मॉनसून पीरियड में ड्रेन की पूरी सफाई कर दे, पूरा ड्रेनेज मैनेजमेंट को अच्छे से देख ले, कि ताकि ये ओवरफ्लो और इस तरह का सिचुएशन नहीं हो, और एक्सेस वाटर हो तो हमारे पास एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के पास एम्पल अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम होता है मैनेज करने के लिए। लेकिन पता नहीं अब नेपाल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ने डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट पर क्या क्या एक्शन किए हैं, क्या किए हैं, मुझे इसके बारे में पूरा विस्तार से जानकारी नहीं। लेकिन प्रशासन को पूरे अच्छे तरह से ये सजग रहते हैं, क्योंकि ये मॉनसून पीरियड में एक्सेस बारिश होगी, और आजकल अर्ली वार्निंग सिस्टम में भी ये पूरे तरह से ये क्लियर हो जाता है कि कितना बारिश होने की संभावना है। थोड़ा बहुत फ्लक्चुएशंस होते हैं।
डॉक्टर कुमार, तो आपने बात बिल्कुल सही रखी है कि एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के पास समय रहता है, उनको जानकारी भी रहती है कि कब मॉनसून आने वाला है, तो तैयार क्यों नहीं रहते हैं। बट लेट मी टेक दैट क्वेश्चन अक्रॉस टू मिस्टर पाठक। मिस्टर पाठक, आई वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम यू there is obviously you have an early warning system that is in place, but flash floods are something that you cannot predict or forecast. And also the fact that these were late monsoons that hit our subcontinent this year. I want to understand from your perspective then, is this because of is the stabilization of this entire Himalayan nation or the entire Himalayan region, if we talk in general, these flash floods are occurring because of climate change? The stabilization has you know, there is a destabilizing factor.
Yes, multiple factors, our development efforts, as well as climate change, as well as how you know, different stakeholders and community reacting to this. All these factors influence to this local impact. But on the other side, I really very much you know, agree about the strength that India has in terms of NDRF trained force, and that are readily available, and many times we have witnessed this, whether it is cyclone or whether it is avalanche or cloud burst, or in flash flood point of view. But it is very much time sensitive area at this stage, where the immediate task is saving lives and the long term task is ensuring the upstream information become downstream action. So by that way, it is you know, early warning and risk communication, not need to you know, wait further, and must be several action. For example, life safety must come before damage assessment, and it is started. And another side by side, this keep downstream communities away from river corridors. That also must you know, started, should be started. Watch upstream condition continuously, and especially it is a bit challenging, but I know government of India and Nepal have this system, well system, that how to do this monitoring constantly, and also informing downstream community and other areas. Information itself is a life-saving service, and here I must say that we have that disaster risk management structure from local to district to subnational level, with well plan. Each and every state having this, and with trained manpower.
Absolutely.
Another one is account for tourist workers and mobile populations. We have witnessed this, that how this is important, for example, in Kedarnath flood response, and how this tourist has been rescued from destination to safer side by NDRF and that. So in this case also, these procedures must be under progress, and
Absolutely.
protect responders.
Absolutely, sir.
Yes.
In fact, we are getting information that there are 105 Indian tourists that are still missing in these floods. So that will have to be, in fact, expedited by the authorities. They are working on it. That's what the reports are saying. But let's, in fact, we are getting some breaking news. Let's bring that across to our viewers as well. Well, Uttar Pradesh has been put on high alert following severe flooding in Nepal, and authorities are anticipating a possible rise in the water level of the Gandak Narayani river in the border districts of Maharaja Ganj and Kushinagar. Now, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has expressed concern over the situation in Nepal and prayed for the safety of those affected. Now, local administrations in both these districts have been directed to remain fully prepared, continuously monitor river levels, and also take timely measures to deal with any possible flooding. Let me in fact also get in a word from Major General Bansal on this. Major General Bansal, we share a border with Nepal, and obviously there are states of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar which have been put on high alert. The centre is sending in all efforts and all relief measures that can be possible. They have extended their support, but I want to understand from you how vulnerable are our communities, are our cities, because I want you to compare the population density in the Himalayan nation to ours in Uttar Pradesh and in, say, for example, Bihar, which are vulnerable to these particular flash floods, sir?
The vulnerability is very high. Reason being this downstream water, and when we talk about the avalanches and iceberg melting, then there is no limit for it. It can be because of the high temperature and all. There is a possibility that it keep on melting and is coming down. This is not the normal rain which is causing this kind of flood. So it will, if it will come down, then definitely our cities will be affected. And very rightly, this is what the early warning system is to our cities and country, where all the precautions are to be taken to evacuate the population, to measure the risk calculation, and in case such an eventuality occur, there should be the management system also. Here, I would like to mention one thing more, that in hilly areas, in the monsoon season, there is definitely rains and landslides are there. The local who are there all the time, they don't have any option, but any tourist going should be prohibited, and there should be time that when it should not be there. But because these tourist companies and other people who has got their business interest are putting the people in high risk. Otherwise, during this kind of season, there is no question that till the time monsoon is over, they should be in the hilly area. One should not go, because there are the very many cases, and they have been told that more than 400 tourists, which has been told that 105 from India and other part of the world are there. So that has to be taken into consideration. So India is helping them. Here I would like to tell one thing more. Of course, I am from NDMA, we raised NDRF. NDRF can work in the normal situation in the plain area, but in hilly area, the Air Force is very much required, because the air is the only method or ways to get evacuation. Of course, locally at the ground, our NDRF staff can work, but Air Force is the most important rescue system at that point of time. Back to you.
Absolutely. General, stay on with us as we have some more breaking news coming our way. Well, now rescue operations continue non-stop in Rasuwa's worst affected areas, with the Nepalese army using helicopters to evacuate people from flood-hit locations. The aerial rescue efforts are underway as authorities continue to respond to the severe flooding in the district. We in fact are also getting these visuals from the worst affected areas. Let me get in a word from Mr. Pathak on this. Mr. Pathak, I want to understand from you as well. Do you believe that because there was a lot of rapid urbanization, you mentioned tourism as well, a lot of tourists have been stranded over there, they are missing as well. Do you believe that tourism, rapid urbanization has led to a devastation of this scale that we are witnessing right now?
Yes, our one of key factor that affecting this, our rush of tourism is very much high, and it is especially in the case of Himalaya region and around areas. And so far we have good disaster management plan, we have good early warning system, we have good dissemination taking place. One point is how that we soon should have it is how managing this big number of tourists, especially in this season where we see it is also about the risk is increasing in particular season, and same way it is also increasing in terms of tourist number. So that needs to be managed well, and it require more and more better early warning communications, not only at in media, but also on the ground level at tourist destination point of view. So that policy is also taking place. For example, now there are states who also having their tourism department also have their disaster management plan. state disaster management plan. So such steps needs to be more encouraged. Thank you.
That's a very pertinent point. I'll take that across to our other panelists as well, but let me get in some breaking news coming in. Well, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has posted on X expressing a deep shock and sadness over the devastating flash floods in Nepal. Kharge has offered condolences to those who have lost their loved ones and said that he stands in solidarity with the people of Nepal. He also raised concerns over reports of more than 100 Indians missing and urged the government to take immediate steps to trace them, ensure their safety and support their families. Kharge also called for India to provide all possible humanitarian assistance to Nepal. Well, obviously we have reactions pouring in from across the board, but Mr. Kumar, I want to understand from you, we were just talking about how disaster mitigation efforts are of utmost importance, especially in regions that see this kind of devastation on a regular basis. तो मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहती हूँ डॉक्टर कुमार कि क्या स्टेप्स लिए जा सकते हैं कि आगे ये जो अगर फ्लैश फ्लड्स हो तो उतना डेवास्टेशन नहीं हो.
ये रोका जा सकता है. ये इतना बड़ा डिवास्टेशन होने की जरूरत नहीं थी, जबकि ये सारा चीज जो है एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के तरफ से, मैं थोड़ा सा इसमें मैं बोलना चाहूंगा. मैं किसी पर पर्सनल कटाक्ष नहीं कर रहा हूं. इसमें जो है टोटल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लैप्सेस है कि इसे पता है कि हिमालय जो है सेडिमेंट्री रॉक्स का बना हुआ है. जब भी बारिश होगी तो उसमें मास डिवास्टेशन होंगे, उसमें मास जो है लैंडस्लाइड होने की प्रोबेबिलिटी सबसे हाई हो जाती है. दूसरी चीज जो है रैपिड अर्बनाइजेशन, ये सारे चीज जो है, और ये हमारा टोटल जो है ये पुअर मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम, जो कि आपने पास्ट में आपने मुंबई फ्लड को भी देखे कि प्री मानसून पीरियड में वहां पे बारिश हुई और बारिश होने के बाद में वो वहां पे पूरा मुंबई जो है फ्लडेड सीन हो गया. बाद में जब उसकी रिव्यू हुई तो पूरा टोटल निकल करके आया कि ड्रेनेज मैनेजमेंट, उसमें ड्रेनेज में सारे प्लास्टिक्स जमे थे. वही सेम चीज चेन्नई में भी वही चीज है. जब इतने लेसन्स हमारे सामने थे, पटना फ्लड, पुअर ड्रेनेज मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम, और ये सारे चीज जब आपके सामने थे तो ये सारे चीज को इग्नोर क्यों किया गया? आपको पता है कि बारिश यहाँ होगी, मॉनसून पीरियड में बारिश होती है, और रॉक्स मेरा जो है हिमालयन जोन जो है ये कंप्लीट ये सेडिमेंट्री रॉक्स का बना हुआ है. अब आप देखिए कि कहीं इंडियन टूरिस्ट, ये लोग सभी लोग बताते हैं, यूरोपियंस, अमेरिकन्स, ये मॉनसून पीरियड में ये समय ये लोग नहीं आते हैं, क्योंकि इसे पता है क्या कि ये एनीथिंग कैन बी हैपन, हो सकता है, हम उसमें फंस सकते हैं. इसलिए उनकी पूरी तैयारी होती है. जहां तक कि पता है कि हमारे जैसे हमारे भारत में, इंडिया में इनके फ्लड गाइडलाइंस जारी हैं, और ये गाइडलाइंस जो है पूरे हिंदुस्तान में लागू हो रहा है. और अभी आप देखेंगे तो हिंदुस्तान में इतना बड़ा जो है अब जो है इतना मैसिव डिवास्टेशंस नहीं होते हैं, क्योंकि ये गाइडलाइन को ये प्री मानसून पीरियड में फॉलो किया जाता है. सेम चीज नेपाल कोई भारत से अलग नहीं, मतलब कि वहाँ की टोपोग्राफिक फीचर्स थोड़ा डिफरेंट है. पता है कि ऐसा सिचुएशन होगा तो हम क्यों नहीं सजग हो जाएं?
जी बिल्कुल. इतने
आपके गाइडलाइंस हैं, उस गाइडलाइंस को फॉलो करें, ड्रेनेज मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम को ठीक करें कि पानी जो है बारिश का रेन वाटर.
जी बिल्कुल डॉक्टर कुमार, आई अपोलोजाइज फॉर इंटरप्टिंग यू, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली वी हैव रन आउट ऑफ टाइम. आई थैंक मिस्टर पाठक, General Bansal and Dr. Kumar for your valuable perspective on this issue. We are slipping into a very short commercial.